So if you've been watching for a while, you know that I'm kind of nearing the end of my college experience. The next semester, fall, will be the beginning of my senior year, and that's it. And I'm starting to think about jobs and what's going to make me more competitive. These are things that have always been on the back burner in my mind, but they're becoming more and more relevant as time goes on. And I can't say I've decided exactly what kind of job title I want. I'm not sure if such a thing exists or if I just haven't found it yet, you know. I'm just kind of winging it in that respect for now. But I have decided on a couple specific things. The first of which is I've noticed that I only have to take one stats class, which is kind of surprising to me. I was expecting several more, and I hadn't really thought about it till I was just like looking at my perspective schedule that I keep in the front of my binder, so that I look at it every day for reasons like that. I think I can address that in any number of ways. One, I can start self-learning stats so that by the time I get to it, it's be things that I already know or at least I'm reasonably familiar with. I can take multiple stats class, maybe stats 1 and 2 or however the progression works. Or I can look at a stats minor. I'm pretty well convinced that a stats minor on top of a math major would make me all the more competitive. I don't know exactly, just kind of speculation and anecdotal, but I'm pretty sure a very large portion of math-specific jobs are gonna involve some type of statistical analysis, whatever industry that might be. I don't think it could hurt to have that under my belt. So there's that. Two, I need to get back into programming. Probably 4 months ago, 5 months ago, hell, maybe even 6 months ago, I bought a couple books on Python, learning Python, and I started reading those. It was good. I haven't actually gotten my feet wet in Python yet, but I think I want to get into Python, brush up on MATLAB because I was, reasonably familiar with it and did some, I can't even say I wrote big programs, like maybe 20 or 30 line programs. That's the most I ever did. But it's better than nothing. It's a start, right? So Python, brush up on MATLAB, and I also want to consider R, because as far as I can tell, R is used a lot for statistical data and analyses and things like that. It seems to be pretty common for programmers to know like a half dozen languages or more. I imagine learning one makes learning another very easily, and I'm sure there's, respects that are similar across the board. Unless you want to talk about really out there stuff or really old stuff like Fortran and MS-DOS or whatever the hell. I'm pretty sure I have to take Fortran. Don't know why that one, but I think it's Fortran or one other equally old program. But anyhow, so self-learn stats, programming, getting back into that, actually programming, finding really simple projects. I know people allegedly self-learn programming all the dang time. If they can do it, I can do it too. Finding the proper tutorial might make the difference, because a lot of the ones I've found, they say they're for beginners, but they don't explain the fundamentals of it. Like what specific program you need to download, what's a compiler. Do I need to download that too? Is it made by the same company? Do I have to get that somewhere else? How do they interact? I haven't found a tutorial that is truly for 100% beginners to programming. If you know of one, please drop it like it's hot in the comments section. So yeah, those things. I also want to get a jump on some stuff that I feel is going to be like the meat and potatoes, which is analysis for starters. So last night I ordered an intro to real analysis, and I've watched a couple like 5 or 10 minute videos on YouTube just to see what's up with it, because prior to that I had no idea what it was. So that's that. Right now I have a lot of spare time. I am, for what it's worth, looking for a part-time job just so that we can save even more money when Anna goes back to school in, heck, less than 2 years now. We want to have a fair amount of money saved up, like we did when we left North Carolina, and that's going to involve finding more money, because we're saving money right now, but we want to save more. So there's that. But beyond that, I have a lot of spare time. There's no reason why I can't be devoting as much time as I spend on my one class right now, which is 3 to 5 hours a day, which I'm glad for. I think it's a good amount. It's reasonable and appropriate for the difficulty level and the amount of material. But there's still plenty more time in the day that I could spend self-learning stuff ahead of time. I want to continue this productivity trend. I've gotten more productive than I was even a semester ago and even 6 months ago and on. So I want to keep trimming the fat, get get better and better every day. With that, I'm gonna go hop to it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.